Now let's take a look at Nmap. Now Nmap is a tool that you will use a whole lot. It's a tool that you can use to scan networks. There are a lot of different switches with Nmap if you run it from a command line, for instance in a Linux environment, or you can go ahead and install the Nmap Win, which is the Windows version of the Nmap. So let's go ahead and do that. And then this tool is going to allow us to really tweak and tune how we're doing our scans. Different kinds of scans can be launched at the same time. So it's a very, very good tool for scanning the network here. So we're just going to go ahead and say next and let it install itself. Now all of these tools and even more should be on your CDs that you receive. This is one that they will test you on a lot. Make sure that you're very familiar with the different switches that can be used. And I'll show you how to view those after we get the program running here. All right, we'll go ahead and start it. There it is. Okay, this is the main scan screen. And we'll just go ahead and use our address right now, and you'll see it's doing a scan. Now if you notice at the bottom, you can see in the status bar, you can see what the command was that was issued, nmap-s with a large S, and so on with the other switches here. This shows you what different ports with what protocol are open and what service is running. You can see that it also takes an informed guess as to the operating system. Here it thinks we have either ME 2000 or XP. Now I can also go and tweak and change. Instead of running a standard scan, I can do an IP scan. This will give me a little bit different information. Again, notice in my status bar that I have the different switches. And I encourage you to play with this and practice with this tool a lot. Now depending upon how you're doing your scan, it may or may not take a little bit of time. It does scan it very fast, but you have to remember it's looking for any open ports on these particular machines, and there's a lot of ports that could be open. So here we go. We see that we have one IP address with 0 host up, scanned in 30 seconds. Note that it says that the host seems down. If it's really up, but it could be blocking our ping probes, then we could try doing a -P0. So in other words, we could try sending an ICMP through. So let's go ahead and do a new IP scan with ICMP as well, instead of doing just TCP. And we'll see if we get some different results now. And you can see that now we at least got back some responses. You can see that 251 protocols were scanned, but they're not shown because they were closed, but it does show us which ones were open. You can also change different options. I can change my timing depending on whether I'd want to try to be sneaky or maybe just be normal. I can also change when the different services are running. I can specify how I want Nmap to run and so on. So it's a very, very powerful tool.